Hey everybody, it's David, Marketing Manager at Thera Wellness. Welcome to week 4 of Project Time Trial. I have been racking my brain to figure out what could have gone wrong to explain the last week of disappointment, and really the last 2 weeks of suboptimal results. And my current hypothesis is that on those 2 days, I forgot to take my daily creatine dose. Now, you may have heard of creatine. It is a current, hot, trendy supplement. And its main benefit is that it helps your muscles produce more force, more strength, more power in intense efforts. In cycling, this tends to translate to sprinting or other kinds of really high load. It doesn't seem to help as much over longer sustained efforts, but in crucial moments, such as the steepest part of the course or the that last sprint to the end after I come to pretty close to a stop to make that right turn, that's where it can come into play. When I first started taking creatine, I found that my average power went up 20 watts. Obviously now I am saturated with creatine, so day-to-day fluctuation based on forgetting to take it isn't that much, but it could still be something. So I remembered to take my creatine dose this morning, and we will see how things go. So with that, I've got everything set up to run the protocol that we've been doing the last few weeks. And hopefully this will get us the result we want. See you on the course. Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is that I managed to all but eliminate the camera shake that has disrupted our footage in previous weeks. The bad news is that I had the camera pointed a little bit too far down. So I'm just going to explain to you what happened, and we'll put in some B-roll so you can see a little bit of what the course was like. I started off on the hill. I put, some effort in. I was trying to average about 300 watts on that initial steep part of the climb. Did that pretty well, got in. As it kind of winds up, I was doing pretty well, staying above 200 watts or so. For perspective, my FTP, which is the hypothetical maximum power I could put out for an hour, is 213. So if I stay above 200, I'm doing pretty well. And then up, I got to the top of the climb, and that right turn. I get in, I do it, and I took it at, I need to look at it again, but I took it at like 22 miles an hour, which is really good for me. Shot down the course, maintained a nice tuck. Thankfully, there were no cars at that intersection. Kept going, got to that, my least favorite turn of the course. It's that really sharp, almost a 180-degree turn on a steep downhill from Ridge Road onto Ross Road. And while it wasn't great, I think I did pretty well on that. And then, kept going, got back up to speed, managed to maintain in that aero tuck on the hoods really well, descending Ross Road. Didn't really need to go into the drops at all, which is good because it means I'm in a more aerodynamic position. Sped around. Then there's that descent onto the turn for the road that takes you to Beach Drive. And again, it wasn't as good as I would like, but it was pretty smooth. And I think I was in the 12 to 15 mile an hour range doing that. So managed to get back. Beach Drive, I wasn't able to maintain that full kind of forearms on the bars position as long as I would like, but I was able to maintain it for longer than last week. Wasn't quite as fast as last week on Beach Drive, but still, feeling good, plenty fast enough. And I'm starting to feel like I was, reaching my limit. And then finally, got to that last turn. There were no obstructions. I was able to take a nice line through the grass and then, put down power to get back up to speed. And I gave everything I had left in the tank to get to the finish line. So, what time did I get? Well, 15:46. That's really good. It's 11 seconds faster than my personal best without any support from the Thera Wellness device. And that's a new PR, coincidentally 2 seconds better than one of my US friends. Really good. As I will probably explain in a future video, N equals 1 experiments they're not scientific. There's so many variables. So it's hard to draw any super firm conclusions from this. If somebody would like to give me the money to do a full, randomized controlled trial with 90 plus people, I'd love that. But from this, using, what people on the internet call bro science, I think we can say that from these last 4 weeks, the Thera Wellness device and the protocol that we run has about the same efficacy as, creatine, which on this course, I looked at my power data afterwards. My normalized power was actually a little lower, about the same as in previous weeks, but my average power was about 4 or 5 watts higher. So that means we're less spiky and we're more consistent, which is good. So I would say our protocol right now is about as good as remembering to take your creatine, the day of an event. Well, that's all for now. I'll see you next week.